Welcome students, welcome to the class of Physical Pharmaceutics. In the chapter Solubility of Drugs, today we are going to discuss very simple topic, that is solubility of gas in liquid. First, solubility of gas in liquid, we need to understand for solubility of gas in liquid depends on which parameters. First parameter is temperature. If the temperature of the solution is increased, the solubility of gas in liquid is decreased. So the temperature playing important role in solubility of gas in liquid. What is the second factor which is important? Partial pressure of gas on liquid. So the pressure exerted by the gas on the surface of liquid is also important for the solubility of gas in liquid. As the partial pressure increases, the solubility of gas in liquid increases. Third factor is nature of solvent. What kind of solvent is there, depending on also the solubility of gas in liquid depends. Whether the solvent is polar, non-polar, what is the viscosity of solvent, it will decide the solubility of gas in liquid. And lastly, the nature of gas. What kind of gas is there, what is molecular weight of that gas, what is chemical structure of that gas will determine the solubility of gas in liquid. But generally the solubility of gas in liquid is governed by Henry's law. So first we will discuss what is Henry's law. Henry's law is the solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to partial pressure of that gas at a constant temperature. Here the proportion of, Henry explained the proportion of the pressure exerted by that gas on the liquid and its relation with the solubility of that gas with that liquid. If the partial pressure of that gas is increased, definitely the solubility of that gas will be going to increase. So it is directly proportional with each other. But the condition is that the temperature must be kept constant. So Henry explained that there is a relation between direct solubility and pressure with the equation that S is proportional to P, means solubility is directly proportional to P, and simplifying the equation it becomes S is equal to Kp, where K is nothing but Henry's constant. We can understand this with this animation that in first chamber you can see there is a P1 pressure, there is a piston which is applying P1 pressure, and the number of gas molecules are there in above the surface of liquid, and some molecules are dissolved in that particular liquid. But when we increase the pressure, what happens? The molecules which are free in the environment of gas get dissolved inside this liquid. So number of molecules dissolved in this liquid will increase. So as we increase the pressure, the number of molecules dissolved in this liquid of gas will increase. So from this we can understand that pressure and solubility are directly proportional to each other. When the partial pressure will be increased, definitely the solubility of that solution gas in that solvent will be increased. The solubility can be measured in one more parameter also, in parameter of molar fraction. Instead of solubility, the molar fraction is calculated. If the pressure is increased, what will be the effect on molar fraction, or what is the molar fraction of gas is available in that solution, and what is the pressure. It states that partial pressure of gas is directly proportional to mole fraction of gas in solution. Here the partial pressure is compared with mole fraction of gas, not with the solubility. So the equation is explained like P is equal to Kh into X, where P is nothing but a partial pressure of that gas, and Kh is a constant, Henry's constant again, and X is what? X is mole fraction of that gas. So as pressure increases, the mole fraction of gas which is dissolved in that solution is increasing. So it is having a direct proportional with each other. With graph we can understand this. If at x-axis we take mole fraction of gas which is dissolved in the solution, and pressure on y-axis, we can see it is directly proportional. So if the pressure is increased, definitely in proportion to that the mole fraction of gas which is dissolved in that solution will increase, and the slope of that this graph is nothing but the constant, that is Henry's constant. So from this relationship we can understand the interrelationship between the mole fraction and pressure. But there are some limitations to this Henry's law also. What limitations are there? This Henry's law will be followed, means pressure is increased, the solubility will increase, or pressure is increased, the mole fraction will increase. But there should not be these conditions, or these are the limitations for the Henry's law. What condition should not be there? First condition is there should not be any chemical reaction in between gas and the solvent. So whatever gas we are going to dissolve in a particular solvent, there should not be any reaction between that solvent and gas. Otherwise, the Henry's law will not be followed. What is the second limitation? Second limitation is the gas should not dissociate in solvent. Means the gas should not form ions. If the gas forms ions, or it is dissociable, or it forms some species of dissociation, then it will not follow the Henry's law. Third is pressure is not too much high. Means this law is applicable if pressure is increase in proportions. If it is tremendously increased, this law will not be obeyed. And regarding the temperature is not too low, because at very low temperature also the Henry's law will not be followed. So these are the limitations which are to be considered while applying the Henry's law for solubility of gas in liquids. If these limitations will be covered, then only the standard condition of Henry's law will be observed, that pressure is directly proportional to the solubility, or we can say the pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of gas dissolved in that particular solution. So by discussing the solubility of gas in liquid, what is our conclusion? Our conclusion is that Henry's law can be applied to increase the solubility of carbon dioxide in carbonated drink by applying pressure. This is one example that what is use of Henry's law. It can be applicable to increase the solubility of carbon dioxide in carbonated drinks. Means you can see, you can observe that the carbonated drinks are packed in with high pressure. So as per Henry's law, the pressure is increased inside the partial pressure of gas is increased inside the bottle of cold drinks, which will directly increase the solubility of carbon dioxide in that particular solvent, that is water. So by using the Henry's law, we can determine the solubility of gas in liquid. Also we can find out some of the values if this equation is utilized. Means for P is equal to KH into X. If in some problems the values of some of the components of this equation are given, if suppose pressure is given and Henry's constant is given, then you can find out how much moles of carbon dioxide is there in that particular solution. So such kinds of problems can also be solved using this Henry's law equation. Okay. So in coming lectures, now we will discuss vapor pressure and Raoult's law. Thank you.